As you may have heard, I recently flip-flopped. I went from being under the impression that AMC being able to do this conversion and dilute shareholders would be a negative thing. And as time has progressed, it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, like I said in the last video. That's not going to be a negative factor anymore. That is priced into AMC stock. Most likely you have already seen that downside, and really you've seen AMC go nowhere quickly, but it's been going down. So the bad news is priced in. I introduced this reversed kind of saying, okay, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to say this, but sell the rumor, buy the news. Usually it's buy the rumor, sell the news. In this case with AMC, sell the rumor, buy the news. That's exactly what's been happening. Investors have been selling AMC because of the rumor, because of this court date. Maybe they buy the news. Couple aspects to look at this we'll talk about here in this video, but more importantly, I want to get into kind of what's been happening as of recently with AMC, some of the Ortex data, Stonko tracker data. Quad witching did just end on Friday. Excuse me. So I think that's also important that we should talk about, guys. So let's go ahead and get into all of this information. Hit that sweet like button. Subscribe to the sweet subscribe button as well. And source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. So, ladies and gentlemen, how's your weekend going? So far, so good? Let me know down below in the comment section. So, AMC recently. It's been sell the rumor, potentially buy the news. We've seen the sell the rumor part. Now, I came to this conclusion because AMC has literally done absolutely nothing. A nothing burger for months now. You haven't seen that rally. You haven't seen anything that we thought was going to happen. So yeah, sure, I was wrong. I expected the stock to continue in a bullish rally, but you've seen nothing but continuous selling pressure as of recently. When, this is the important part, the fundamentals have actually looked better and better. The business itself has been doing better and better. Earnings just came out recently. Company did great. What happened? The stock got whacked. That doesn't make any sense. So, when I think about sell the rumor, buy the news, that likely means that after the court date, investors or the market or market maker, whoever the hell, a couple things could happen. A couple reasons why the stock could rally. Really two in particular that stand out to me that are pretty, kind of face value, easy things to digest. Number one is obviously AMC is going to raise a lot of capital. They're not going to go bankrupt virtually ever. I mean, at least not in the next 5 or 10 years. They're going to have enough capital. B. Riley's analyst Eric Wold expects AMC could raise $16 billion of capital. Shit, if they raise $5 billion in capital, great. Peachy, pay off half your debt, keep half in the bank. Great. You'll be just fine. Okay. Or if you raise $16 billion, pay off all your debt, have $10 billion in the bank. You get the idea here. They would be just fine fundamentally. The business would survive and likely get back to a profitability that, quite frankly, you've never seen with AMC. You've never seen a better profitability in the last 5 years with AMC above 2% net profits, right? Net margins have never been good with AMC. I think due to kind of the slimming down of their business, the popcorn business, variable pricing on their seats, potentially creating their own candy brand, all kinds of things, could lead to more profits down the line. This is obviously something that's going to be a bigger topic of discussion 12 months from now. So that's one aspect to it. The other aspect is, if you traded this and you were short on AMC for this reasoning of this conversion and AMC falling and APE rising, kind of two specific things that stand out to me. is if you were shorting because of this catalyst alone, this action from the courts and letting this reverse split happen and all this dilution, then, I mean, at that point, the reason for you shorting is gone. Why wouldn't you cover in your short positions? On the other hand, the business fundamentally getting better at that point. Again, why wouldn't you cover on your short positions? Now, a lot of people are under the impression that when this conversion happens, short positions are just going to go away. And that's not how it works. Okay? There's still going to be massive short positions on AMC. Now, also, usually, I explained this in the last video, but usually the thing that's most likely to happen doesn't happen. I explained this in the last video by saying everyone hated technology in the beginning of 2023. Tesla was crashing. All stocks were basically crashing technology-wise. Your oil, your pharma, your consumer staple companies were doing pretty good in the beginning, at least. And nobody was bullish on tech. And then what has tech done this year? Carried the markets to almost new all-time highs. Is that justified? Absolutely not. But it's happened because nobody was really bullish on tech. Fundstrat was like the only bullish firm on technology heading into 2023. And they were calling for the price targets that they set forth, that we are currently at 440 on the S&P, 450 almost on the S&P. They were like the only ones. So what usually happens is the 10% win and the 90% lose. That's what tends to happen. Now, over time, it's why it pays to be a long-term investor, because you tend to win over time. But that makes me think about AMC. I would say 90-95% of capital flowing into AMC, especially right now, is hedge funds, institutions, and being very bearish on the stock. We see this with the option activity. Millions of dollars worth of trades flowing into AMC, bearish options, pushing the stock down. Once this catalyst is over, for the reasons I previously mentioned, the stock likely rips from here. And that's what I'm expecting to happen. I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. I know a lot of people are going to be happy about this, but it is what it is, right? The quicker we can recognize this, the more potential money that you can make. So I firmly believe that this catalyst at the end of June, which is June 29th to June 30th, it's the court proceedings. We'll know if AMC is going to be able to do this reverse split or not. I firmly believe that this is going to be a bullish catalyst for AMC as of right now. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. Come to your own conclusions. Anything can happen. AMC is a weird stock. It's heavily manipulated. It's heavily shorted. It's loved and it's hated. It goes in freaking cycles, okay? But that's just personally what I'm expecting to happen. Again, let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think is going to happen? Now, if we take a look at the Ortex data, AMC stock has never looked more squeezy than what we are seeing right now. Specifically with the days to cover. Days to cover continues to go higher at 8.5 days to cover. And this is up 55% over the last 3 months. That is because volume has basically fallen off of a cliff with AMC. Short score currently at 94. It continues to go higher based off of basically solely this days to cover number. $580.5 million worth of short positions on AMC stock. Estimated short interest of free float at 26.62%. Free float out on loan at about 38%. Shares out on loan 195 million. Again, days to cover at 8.5. Cost to borrow fees trailing 3 month starting to come up a little bit at about 101%. You're also getting 100% share utilization. Live short interest of free float, 23.6%, 122 million shares currently sold short in AMC. Cost to borrow average, 219%. Cost to borrow max, 287%. Cost to borrow minimum, 144%, with Interactive Brokers giving us about 300 shares that are currently available to be lent out. Cost to borrow fee of about 97%. So you are getting higher cost to borrow fees. You are getting more bearish option activity than ever. And again, think back to the 90-10, what I just said. A lot of people, when they're betting against a stock, tend to be wrong because that 10% tends to win as long as things aren't as bad as what is expected. And by and large, AMC has been showing up, the analyst, on earnings, on new initiatives, on ways to grow the business itself. Fundamentally, AMC's been doing fine. Now, we did actually start to get some calls coming through and purchased on Friday, towards even the last half an hour of the day or so on Friday. You've seen an August 18th $2 call be purchased for $275 a piece. This is a break even of $4.75 per share, worth about $350,000. You also got a January 17th, 2025 $1 call for $116,000. You really haven't seen bullish option activity on AMC for a long time, and you got a lot more of it. So some people are betting pretty big on the July 21st option expiration at the $5 call. These have break evens of $5.65 per share and $5.66 per share. And all in all, about $200,000 worth of those $5 calls. You also did get the largest bullish order that you have seen in a very long time today that is really bullish. I mean, this one's super bullish. We haven't seen this in a long time. A January 19th, 2024 $8 call, a more than double from here if you consider the break even of $8.54 per share. This was a $1.08 million trade. And take a look at the positive order value. It's at 21% for the day. You've seen 21 orders totaling $18.63 million. Over the last week, you have seen 73 orders totaling $48 million. So on Friday, you did half of the week's option activity from hedge funds and institutions. Now, the positive order value in the last week was 11% positive. Friday's positive order value was 21% positive, double the average weekly positive order value on a Friday on quad witching. Maybe that means AMC is going to rally exponentially from here. Maybe that does mean some hedge funds are starting to see through the light. Maybe they are watching these videos. Maybe that's tinfoil hat, but maybe it makes sense. So, looks a little bit more bullish than it did yesterday or the day before that. Long story short, if we take a look at AMC's share price on the charts, hasn't done anything in a while. Ever since in February, you rallied to about $8.50 per share. You've literally traded sideways, done absolutely nothing. So I think we are due for that big break, and I think it's going to be to the upside after this next court date, after June 29th or June 30th, guys. So that is going to do it for this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.